Hello, everyone. I am Darrenisha Williams, founder and CEO of Think Like Royalty Incorporated. And today we are here for our Black women entrepreneurs. And I have a doctor in the house with me today. I'm so excited. She's right beside me on the screen. Can you please introduce yourself for the people who want to know who you are?
Hello, hello, hello. First of all, thank you for having me. I'm super excited to be here. I am Dr. Adrian Christopher. I am Assistant Professor of Special Education with Alabama A&M University, owner and founder of ANC Educational Solutions, as well as teacher with the T.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so can you tell us a little bit about your businesses and your mission for your businesses?
Yes. So ANC Educational Solutions, I actually started in 2018, actually December 31st, 2018. And it actually was incorporated and developed as a means for me to do government contracting.
Mm,
I am an educational consultant. And so there's a lot of needs for consultants for different school districts, for different government projects. And so
yes.
I developed my company with the mindset of not only getting one of those contracts and turning that into a means as to of getting my name out there
Yeah.
and getting my brand out there as to what I like to do and what interests me and motivates me as it relates to education. And so with that, I want to not only establish those relationships and build those clients for myself, but then also help other teachers do the exact same thing.
Wow.
Likewise, with Teacher with the T, she's kind of my alter ego
Okay.
as it relates to education. She is the one who is unapologetically herself,
Hmm.
and she is just real with her experiences. So she is my Instagram person. She is my YouTube person, and what she does is she is just a teacher coach. Like she is anybody that knows me, that is just my first love with teaching is the
Yeah.
actual coaching part of it. And so she is that one that gets you all the way together.
Hmm.
You know, with as it relates to students, especially students of color, but at the same time, she has that compassion enough to guide you and to be in the trenches with you,
Yes.
to help you understand what you need to do and how you can move forward, how you can progress.
I love that. Okay, teacher with a T. I love your businesses and what you're doing right now. So,
Thank
can you
you.
tell me what inspired you to just get into education and be a leader in this field?
Man, listen, you know what? It's funny that you asked me that because I never really wanted to be a teacher. Never. I never wanted to be a teacher. I actually wanted to be a fashion designer, but I couldn't
Oh,
draw and I couldn't sew. Um, so that's probably not the field for me
okay.
when I don't have the basic skills
Yes.
needed in that field. But I actually, when I graduated from University of Tennessee at Martin with my bachelor's degree, I
Mhm.
didn't have anything to do. Like I was looking for a job, and I actually became a special education assistant at my oldest son's school
Mhm.
and worked there. And I really, really liked it. I thought that I wouldn't, but I did. I really started to enjoy it. And so I did that for 3 years and decided, you know what? They need teachers. I want to do something different. And so I got my master's in special ed and then my doctorate. And so I started teaching. And then as I get in the field and I'm looking at what's going on, I'm like,
Exactly.
uh, I don't I don't know about this. Like I think
Mhm.
there are different ways that you can do this, and there are different things that you could do to accomplish what we're setting out to do. But as you know, they're gatekeepers in
Exactly.
education, and so um, again, what I wanted to be unapologetically me and help my colleagues at the same time
Mhm.
because I was seeing people that would come in and they're there for a year and they're gone. You never see them again.
Yeah.
And our kids need more than that. You know, we they need consistency and we need
Mhm.
good teachers. And so a lot of the conversations I was having was I didn't sign up for this. No one told me that this was a part of it.
Yes.
So I established my companies, my teacher with the T, um, to I wanted to tell you the real of education. And
Mm-hmm.
it's not to discourage you, but the book doesn't prepare you. Like if I'm honest, and I tell all my students this,
Exactly.
the book will have you thinking that it's all rainbows and butterflies, and then
Yeah.
you,
You're there.
you right, you get there and you are looking in the daylight with a flashlight for the rainbows and the butterflies, and you're not finding them. So I wanted to tell you the real, but then show you how you can do this
Mm-hmm.
with the real.
Exactly.
So that is why, in a nutshell, why I
I
established
love
my company.
that. I
Thank
love
you.
that. Look at you.
Thank you.
I I'm just so inspired by you because like we talked a little bit earlier, I'm getting my doctorate as well. And there are just so many different areas to go into, right? I can work in the
Mhm.
school, I can work independently. And it's just so great to see someone with your skill set, someone who has worked in special education just like me as well. And I'm like, wow, I'm really just thinking of other ideas in my head of what I can do to help
Right.
people, to help our kids, and to help inspire. So I do appreciate you for that.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
So, as a Black woman, do you feel a certain amount of pressure to be successful?
Wow. Yes and no.
Mm-hmm.
I think the most pressure I actually feel is from myself.
Yes.
Um, I don't I don't subscribe to everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
I've been in situations where people know that I have a doctorate, but they refuse to address me as such. And I'm okay with that because I know who I am at the end of the day.
Exactly.
Like I know what I've accomplished. And so that doesn't bother me. As a matter of fact, it bothers other people that are with me more than it
Mm-hmm.
bothers me.
Yes.
Um, because they're like, you worked hard for that, and they should respect that. But here's the deal: respect comes here first, within,
Mm-hmm.
right? So, regardless of what someone outside of me thinks, I know who I am and I carry myself in a manner
You do.
as such. So, the people that do need to respect it and appreciate it, they do. So, I feel the most pressure from me because I want to do so many great things.
Yes.
I want to I want to be successful. I want to show others how to be successful. I want to reach certain levels. And sometimes I feel like it's not going as quickly as I'd like it to.
Mm-hmm.
But what I have to keep reminding myself is that it's a marathon, it's not a sprint. And
Exactly.
so I have to trust the process.
Yeah.
Um, and eventually I'll look up and I'll be where I never thought I would be. But then when I get there, I'll be looking at the next thing like, okay, what else? Well, now what can I do? Like, I've done this and that's great. It's not that I'm ungrateful, but now what else can I
Exactly.
do?
Exactly. I love that. I love that. So I think we put the most pressure on ourselves.
Mhm,
We do.
mhm.
For me, I've just been I was so motivated to leave home and to leave the area I lived in because I said, we don't have any resources. We don't have
Right,
much. And I said, I want to go somewhere where I see more, right? So I can
mhm,
bring back to where I'm from.
right.
And that was my goal. And
Mhm,
now it's like, okay, got my master's done. Oh, I'll get my doctorate.
mhm,
Boom, in a doctorate program. So after
right,
I'm done with this, I'm pretty sure I'm going to do something else.
right.
And it's like I said, I want to be a psychologist. Boom, I was a psychologist. Well, I am a psychologist. And
Mhm,
so it's like you're always looking for that next level, right? You're
right,
always looking to level up, which is always so great, by the way.
right.
It's
Mhm,
nothing wrong with wanting to do better than what you are. And
right.
some people don't see it as, and I'm happy that you have such a growth mindset because some people they don't see it as that. They see it as, wow, you're still going.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, and so and I've had people that ask me that, like, what else is it that you want to do? And I'm like, listen, I didn't pay all these money for this degree to just get to one place. Like, I think a lot of people feel like I should be content with being a professor. And that was my ultimate goal when I got my doctorate degree. And then I got here and I realized, listen, as nice as this is, yeah, I paid a lot of money for these degrees and it's not yet paying off for me like I thought it would. Like, people made me
Yes.
believe that it would. So I've got to do something else. So like initially, really, um, when I was thinking about doing this, I was under the impression that I would come out of school and I would make six figures and,
Yeah.
I would have that flexibility and my life would just be rainbows and butterflies. And I quickly learned the opposite, right? And, no one told me, oh, you're going to make six figures working on a higher education level. You're just going to have 5 side gigs in addition to your full-time job to do that. So I was like, yeah, this is just not working out for me. Um, let me find other means. And so, yeah, that's what I want to do. And I still want to help my teacher candidates. I still want to help people that look like me, that, are from my community. But I have to be honest, I have to live. Um and I don't want to work 5 or 6 jobs. Like, I'm gonna be honest. I don't want to work hard in real life. Like, I want to do what I do and I enjoy to do and I want to have fun with it. But I don't want to work like 5 or 6 gigs to do what I do and have fun with it. So yeah, yeah.
No, I agree with you. I said, okay, after this doctorate, we have to get to a place where, all right, you're doing something. You're not working overworking yourself.
Yes.
And I know it right now in the pandemic, I went back to working in person. So that was a little different for me because last year I was at home.
Mhm.
So this year I'm back in person and it's just chasing again, right? Going after what I want.
Mhm.
And I'm like, okay, so after this, what else? What's next? So I just think it's great to have such a growth mindset. And I
Mhm.
know your businesses, they're doing well and they're doing great now, but I know we're going to see you all the way in New York somewhere doing amazing things. And
Listen, I
then
received that. I received that. I received that.
good. So well, not my last question because I have 2 more. But my next question is, as a woman entrepreneur, what advice would you give a young girl who is thinking of being an entrepreneur and who wants to open her own business?
Wow, man, listen. Do you?
Yeah.
Like, that's the bottom line. If I'm just being honest, I had a moment, like, it's been maybe a year or so ago. One of my best friends, we've been friends for years. She just moved to this area from Atlanta.
Oh.
And yeah, so we were talking and I actually met her because we were both working for the government
Hmm.
at the time and we were both temporary and she ended up getting hired full-time permanent and I didn't. But I've just watched her grow in
Yeah.
her career with the government. And she relocated here and we were actually just talking about money. And I was like, man, I went to school and sometimes I feel like, it wasn't even worth it or
Yeah.
I haven't accomplished anything. You know, she doesn't have any degrees, not that she needs them because she's brilliant
Mhm.
without them, but she worked for the government. She's been doing it for, 20 years. And so
Wow.
she's really, really got something. And she said, you can't say that about yourself. She said, because I remember you literally just 10 short years ago, 10 to 15 years ago, like you were on welfare. And now look at you,
Yeah.
right? And so I was like, well, I didn't think of it like that.
Yeah.
So your current circumstance is not your final outcome, right?
Yes.
So, what I will say to a young lady that wants to be an entrepreneur, find something that you are good at and that you love, right? And then go for it with the understanding of every day is not going to be easy, with the understanding of there are going to be barriers, but the only person that can keep you from being successful is the person that you look at in the mirror.
I love
Everybody
that.
else is irrelevant to your success. So I would say pray about it, persevere, and move forward.
I love that. Do you have a book? You have a book
I'm
out?
working on one.
Okay,
I'm
I'm
working
gonna
on
be
one.
waiting for it.
Yes, I'm working on two. One is for education, and one is
Yeah.
actually my life story, like that welfare to now type thing. So, um, if I didn't have a 9 to 5, I could go.
Hey.
But hey, all things in His timing, not mine. So, but I am working on that.
Exactly. Exactly. I am. Look, I'm gonna be waiting for it.
Yes,
Because
I will let you know. I will let you know.
I'm receiving everything you're
Yes.
saying right now.
Oh
I'll be
wow,
waiting
thank
for
you.
it. So my last question is for
Mhm.
you. I don't want to keep you too long,
Oh, it's
but
fine.
how can people reach you? I'm pretty sure someone is going to see this, maybe want to contact you. How can people reach you? Your social medias, email?
Yes. So listen, you can follow me, please, on Instagram. That is Teacher with the TEA. Same thing for Facebook and Twitter. You can also email me at teacherwiththet@gmail.com, and then follow me on YouTube at Teacher with the T. She's everywhere.
There we
She's
go. She is
everywhere. Yes.
nationwide,
Yes.
everyone. Teacher with
She,
a T.
she's working on it. She's working on it. Again, it's a marathon, not a sprint.
Mm-hmm,
But
mm-hmm.
I'm excited for what I have now and for what's to come.
Exactly. Well, thank you so much for your time,
Thank
Dr.
you.
Adrian Christopher. I love saying that. Let me say it again. Dr. Adrian Christopher, thank you for your time and thank you for just talking with us and inspiring so many people right now and inspiring me. So, Think Like Royalty appreciates you and we can't wait to have you back.
Oh, listen, thank you. It has been a total blast. I'm here for all of this, so I'm happy to come back at any time. This was a lot of fun, and I appreciate this platform just for one other person to find me. And if one person finds me and I can do something for them, I'm doing my job. So I'm happy.
All righty. Well, everyone, you know how to find Dr. Adrian Christopher, teacher with a T on every platform, even her email. Okay. So thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you the next time. Bye, everyone. Stop recording. There we go. They got loud. Say